Okay, just a reminder, after the ceremony, unless you are a senior, you are helping us. If you have a sibling who is a senior, you are also excused, but your music needs to get to someone else for them to help pass back. Okay? You find someone else to take it. They can just make sure they know. Then that's fine.
What? I'm collecting Incredibles.
Whoa.
Hey, Kyle, you want to do it?
Oh, I know what I'm doing. All right, guys, we're going to get started. Be ready to be flexible, especially when we get close to ceremony time. I'm trying to get timing here.
To Shokin, Incredibles, great movies. It's this and then graduation.
Just play random notes. It'll be great.
Yeah.
And you have sunglasses on, so you'll look cool doing it.
I'm assuming this means spend the
Yeah.
Wait, Miss Vino. Miss Vino, are you gonna say what song's next? Like in between the jazz bands.
Alright, wins. You're probably sharp. If your instrument's warm, you're probably sharp.
Wait, is that in or out?
Pull out if you're sharp. Mine's not. The high one, I think, is flat. Higher
Is that right? Anna, I need you.
I need myself first.
Yikes, that was not it.
I would still pull out, see ya.
Sounds good enough.
All right, seniors, thank you. Thank you. We're gonna miss you. I won't cry now.
Love you, seniors. I know. Love you, Mason.
Middle schoolers, thanks for coming. I really appreciate it. Middle schoolers, thank you. I really appreciate being with you.
Is that Isaac?
All right, Ashokan, high schoolers.
Wait, Anna, can you make sure we're in the spot?
No, that's
You also have to like
Hey, you're I'll tell you about that.
Okay. Beginning.
Shoot.
Again, just play out. Ignore socks. Just play. count. Go for the awkward long phrases. Okay, ready?
Yeah, Mom!
Yeah, we can shift. Well, we can't be in the aisle. Okay, Birdland. I just find it
Today is Rodney. What?
Did you? Extra high keyboard. Play a note. Okay. I just can't hear it. Ready? I'll conduct a little more jazz dancing.
Dobby's just like, where did we go up?
After Mr. Heckman makes an announcement, is when you're going. Yeah, it'll be like 4:55. Ready? 12 minutes. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, not special. That's all you don't have alto saxophones.
Well, you should have given me music.
I know I thought of it when we started.
Special. Wait, do we not go back to this? No, I'm in.
Alright, just you and me.
Table, bottle. Oh my gosh.
Do you not have your card?
The complete opposite.
I need Simeon to turn pages for you.
I can't hear myself.
I know. We gotta keep going though, so what are you doing? Okay. Beginning. Okay, ready? Okay. Make sure play out, okay? Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. great movie adventures. We have 10 minutes. You're welcome. Great movie adventures.
Wait, Ron,
Okay, why is Dobby not here?
I don't know. He decided to just.
I know where.
Wait, see, like,
You're skipping fans.
well, no, I'm saying, I can't believe they just. Discussing our who's that?
Yes, I will. I don't have a car.
All right. Great movies. Ready? Seniors, make sure your music gets to somebody. Seniors, make sure your music gets to somebody before you leave so that we can get it sorted at the end so I don't find a fun pile of music once everything's sorted. Ready?
Good afternoon. Our commencement exercises will begin in about 5 minutes. Before beginning, we would like to make a few quick announcements. Restrooms are available at either end of the parking lot behind you, with an ADA compliant bathroom being available to my left. We would like to ask that throughout the ceremony that you remain seated as not to obstruct anyone's view of the stage. However, when graduates are receiving their diploma, a family member may come forward to take a picture. We will also be taking professional pictures that families will be able to access after the ceremony. Following the benediction, we would ask that you remain seated until the graduates have recessed and thrown their caps. Again, if you would like a family picture taken by a PCA photographer following the ceremony, please gather in front of Rooney Hall, which is behind me to my right. And lastly, given the heat for today, if you need water at any point during the ceremony, we have waters available in coolers on either side of the seats. We look forward to celebrating the class of 2026 shortly. Thank you.
All right, 66. 66. What? Yeah. Sam. Actually, guys, for time.
184?
196. 196. Actually,
We're just skipping everything? That's all.
well, you might even start later. You'll try it. 196. Okay. Not too slow. 196, ready? 3. guys. Quick. I'm starting.
Good evening. Good and gracious God, today we pause with grateful hearts to thank you for these graduates. Thank you for bringing them to this day, for the years of learning, for growth, for friendship, for challenges, and the discoveries that have shaped them into the children they are today. Thank you for the families, the teachers, the mentors, the coaches, the friends who have encouraged and supported them along the way. And above all, thank you for your faithfulness through every situation, every success, every disappointment, every uncertainty, and every victory. As they now step into a new season of their lives, we ask your guidance and your blessing upon each of them. Grant them the wisdom in the decisions they will make and the discernment in the paths they will choose. Give them the courage when the future feels uncertain and the humility when success comes. Whether they are heading to a university, beginning new careers, serving others, or still discovering the road ahead, may they seek you first in all that they do. Help them to be people of integrity, of compassion, and faith. May they use their knowledge not only for personal success, but also to serve others and bring light into the world around them. Protect them, Lord. Surround them with wise friendships, good influences, and opportunities to grow. Keep their hearts anchored in truth and their lives rooted in your love. And finally, may they always remember that their worth is not found in merely achievements, titles, or accomplishments, but in being your children, created with purpose and deeply loved by you. We command these graduates into your hands, Lord, with gratitude and hope and confidence in their plans, in the plans that you have for them. In Jesus' name, we all pray. Amen.
Academy. I welcome you, our guests, here on campus and watching from afar. We're so grateful to welcome you to our riverfront campus. Believe it or not, there's a river right over there. And these guys know, many of them know really well. We're so grateful, as Jeff prayed, to have you here before God and before the witnesses for this wonderful event. And I want to continue a little bit with gratitude. I want to be clear that our first thanks is to the Lord, who has formed, sustained not only these graduates, but our school over nearly 50 years. It is only because of what God has done through generations that we are even here today, that we can even have these graduates cross this stage. We thank as well the many teams and individuals who have made this evening possible, that has gone back for months and weeks to have this outdoor event on the place that we love and that these students have done so much to advance. We're so grateful to our faculty and staff from preschool all the way through the upper school who have taught, prayed, challenged, coached, corrected, encouraged, and we could go on. But more than anything else, they have loved these graduates. And to our parents, to the grandparents and families, thank you. You have entrusted us with the most precious things in your lives, and that is your children and their growth and their formation. You sacrificed, you partnered, especially in the most challenging seasons often of your kids' lives. You prayed, you showed up, and I believe that this night bears fruit of your long faithfulness, and we are deeply grateful for that. Of course, class of 2026, We're very grateful for you, and tonight marks a significant step in your lives. You know that. It is not the end, though, of your formation. It is a true milestone. You are leaving PCA as graduates, young men and women who have been known, challenged, loved, and now, tonight, sent. At our school, you've not simply taken classes. You've been part of a community. In fact, you have greatly contributed to our community as we have asked you to grow as whole people, in your minds to think clearly, with your hands and feet to work hard, with your whole mind and spirit to ask honest questions. We're so grateful for you and the way that you have engaged what we've all tried to do here together. It has not always been easy, but it is certainly good. And tonight, we see the fruit largely in you. You can see inside of your bulletins, I have in my notes to recount it, but you have it right in front of you, just some incredible milestones and achievements that this class has done. But you are far more than numbers. Those numbers speak to effort, heart, vision, and the challenge that you stepped into with courage. I think those numbers point to something deeper. And it's that you accepted the challenges, each in your own individual ways and collectively, and you kept growing. Our world talks a lot about achievement, but our great God talks about pursuing Him, walking after Him, and growing. And you have done that. You use your gifts in ways that not only help yourself, but strengthen our community and communities beyond PCA. In class of 26, I have watched you strengthen younger students. I've watched you serve without needing applause. I've watched you bring new life to this campus and help shape the entire tone of our school. You've led in small groups, chapels, student life, athletics, fine arts, classrooms, service, and mission. You've also led in the ordinary places where our school culture has been formed, in the hallways, at the lunch tables, in practices, in long rehearsals, retreats, all those quiet places that you really led and engaged. I gotta tell you though, you are not perfect. No class is. But you have led with steadiness, served with joy, and it really helped this generation behind you to see what faithful leadership looks like. You are scholars, athletes, artists, servant leaders, friends, and many of you are following closely after the Lord as all of us seek to figure out how to do that better. In many ways, you've shown us the full fruit of a PCA education, what we're striving to do. Parents and grandparents, I hope that you can feel the joyful weight of this moment. These graduates have not merely completed a set of requirements, they certainly have done that, but they have been formed in a community that sought to call forth their God-given potential, mind, body, spirit, in relationship for the glory of God and the good of others. That is rare, it is good. Students, as you leave PCA, I hope you can remember this, that before you are accepted, awarded, employed, enlisted, enrolled, or accomplished, you are known and loved by the living God. Your life is not your own. It belongs to Christ. So go with courage, go with humility, go ready to serve. Our prayer is not simply that you will succeed. Our prayer is that you will be faithful, and that through your faithfulness, others will see the goodness, truth, and beauty through the love of Jesus Christ. Class of 26, we are grateful to God for you. We love you, and we're proud of you, and we send you out with joy. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in celebrating the Portsmouth Christian Academy class of 2026. Well done. Now, would you please rise for the playing of our national anthem and render appropriate honors.
Say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free, and the home of the brave, home of the brave.
Thank you, Voices. Today, I have the distinct honor and privilege of announcing the recipient of the 2026 Golden Eagle Award. The Golden Eagle Award is the most prestigious award bestowed by Portsmouth Christian Academy to a graduating senior who has been selected by the upper school faculty and staff. In selecting the recipient of the Golden Eagle Award, the following criteria is used. Spiritually, the recipient must show a strong Christian witness by demonstrating humility, love, caring compassion, and assistance for fellow classmates by seeking to apply God's will in their daily lives. Academically, the recipient must earn honors or better for their entire career at the upper school. This academic achievement must be coupled by a strong desire to remain curious and acquire knowledge. As a community member, the recipient must demonstrate a consistent willingness to participate in community events and co-curricular activities like athletics, fine arts, student activities, and leadership opportunities. They must also understand and comply with the standards of dress and deportment, must show respect for their teachers, staff, and fellow students, and must set a positive example for others to follow. In sum, the recipient of the Golden Eagle Award embodies excellence and is an exemplary individual who reflects the values and aspirations of PCA. The recipient of this award will receive a plaque to bear witness to this honor, but the Golden Eagle itself will remain in the upper school with the name of this year's recipient engraved upon it, along with those who have previously earned this honor. Throughout their time at PCA, this year's recipient of the Golden Eagle Award has had a tremendous impact on our community that I am sure will last for years to come. Spiritually, they have shown a strong Christian witness by serving as an example of what it looks like to faithfully walk with the Lord through seasons of joy and trial. Their compassionate heart, service to others, desire to know God more, and their willingness to wrestle with challenging questions, all while clinging to the truths of Scripture, serve as daily evidence of their walk with the Lord. Academically, this student has achieved excellence in a variety of content areas while remaining insatiably curious. In their time at the upper school, this student has earned a weighted 4.32 GPA, earning highest honors every quarter, all while taking 15 honors or AP level courses and while attaining the New Hampshire Spanish Seal of Biliteracy. As a community member, this student has been involved in a variety of co-curricular activities, including the Fine Arts program, our volleyball team, and leadership development program. This student has been an exemplary leader who has had a significant impact as a member of Voices, our theater festival team, as a small group leader, team captain, upper school prefect, and co-founder of the PCA Post. It is this individual's humility, curiosity, steadfast faith, that makes this year's recipient of the Golden Eagle Award a remarkable individual who I am confident will impact the world for good as they embark for Gordon College, where they will be studying linguistics. It is now my great honor to introduce the recipient of PCA's 2026 Golden Eagle Award, Miss Iceland Namchalerntana.
Hello, everyone. Some of you may remember that when I graduated from 8th grade, I gave a speech about my family. Well, I'm about to do the same thing, in a way. Only now, my family has expanded significantly. And I am sincerely grateful to have my family all around me today, and each of you. Thank you, all of you, for being that for me. Thank you for coming alongside me with your support, your loyalty, your wisdom, your friendship, and your love. There's no place I would have preferred to spend my years of high school than right here with all of you. From my teachers, I have learned to be confident in my abilities, to lean into challenges, to strive for excellence, and to never lose the love of learning. From my friends, I have learned how to better care for others, how to remain dedicated in the midst of exhaustion, how to laugh in times of trial, and how to push myself outside my comfort zone. Whether I was your friend, your classmate, or your student, you are all teaching me. I can see pieces of each of you in the person that I've become, and I hope never to lose them. To my fellow graduating seniors, I urge you to take a moment to think about how special it is that we have gotten to be here at PCA. How special it is that we have gotten to be in a place where we have been encouraged to seek the Lord and to worship Him during some of the most formative years of our lives. We have been empowered, enabled, and instructed by kind-hearted and knowledgeable teachers to walk in the ways of the Lord as they have helped us discover our passions and our skills. As we've been told many times, our class is full of athletes, musicians, artists, actors, scholars, mathematicians, scientists, and writers. But these things that we can do are not what make us special. We are special because we were made in the image of God long before our time here. And now that we have made it to this moment, how much more evident is it that He has been walking alongside us all this time? I see Him in all of you, in the way you interact with me, with your teachers, and with each other, in the way you help each other and push each other to do hard things. You live boldly, humbly, and compassionately. I have been inspired by you as I've seen you grow closer together and closer to Christ, and by the way you desire to serve our community as His hands and feet. As we prepare to go off to new adventures, whatever they may be, I want to offer you a charge from the book of Proverbs. Proverbs 3:3-8 reads, "Let love and faithfulness never leave you. Bind them around your neck, write them on the tablet of your heart. Then you will find favor and a good name in the sight of God and man. Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways submit to Him, and He will make your paths straight. Do not be wise in your own eyes. Fear the Lord and shun evil. This will bring health to your body and nourishment to your bones." We are about to leave our home here at PCA as well as our individual homes. And while we are leaving, we are instructed to never let love and faithfulness leave us. These are the things we are asked to hold on to. And the beautiful thing is that love and faithfulness remain with us because they are the attributes of our Heavenly Father, and He will never leave us even as we are leaving. As we get older, we start to worry about things like finances and resumes and having a suitably successful career. But when we choose to think about these attributes, love and faithfulness, and carry them with us, we don't have to worry about those things anymore. We will find favor and a good name in the sight of God and man. Because God is going with us, we will not be struggling to find our place on our own. He will bring us where we belong as long as we're holding on to him. It might sound like challenging or weak advice to simply hold on to God, but I would encourage you to start with trusting him. Trust in the Lord with all your heart. Trust him every day, in every situation, with every decision. That may mean that you need to sacrifice some of your own expectations and plans, but there is nothing better for you than what the Lord has planned for you. That is why it is important that we are not wise in our own eyes. Instead, fear the Lord and pursue his plan. In all your ways, consider him. Think of what he may be asking of you, and do not face his request with fear, but with the knowledge that he is already going before you, and that he is carefully turning the pages of the story that he has written for you. While in many ways we may not be able to see the road before us, as we trust God in our every step, he will make our paths straight. He will guide and sustain us. There is nothing that we will face in our lives that he is not preparing us for, and he will provide us with guidance and support wherever we are through mentors, teachers, friends, both new and old, and through our family of believers. Only let love and faithfulness never leave you. Trust in the Lord, for he is with you, and he will make your paths straight. Whether you are excited, scared, or anywhere in between, know that the Lord loves you and goes before you. And remember that even now, we're all in this together. Thank you.
This is a reading from Romans 12, verses 9 through 18. Let love be genuine. Abhor what is evil. Hold fast to what is good. Love one another with brotherly affection. Outdo one another in showing honor. Do not be slothful in zeal. Be fervent in spirit. Serve the Lord. Rejoice in hope. Be patient in tribulation. Be constant in prayer. Contribute to the needs of the saints and seek to show hospitality. Bless those who persecute you. Bless and do not curse them. Rejoice with those who rejoice. Weep with those who weep. Live in harmony with one another. Do not be haughty, but associate with the lowly. Never be wise in your own sight. Repay no one evil for evil, but give thought to do what is honorable in the sight of all. If possible, so far as it depends on you, live peaceably with all.
Good evening. It is my distinct privilege and honor to introduce to you the valedictorian of the class of 2026, Miss Ava Buchanan. That's fine. Ava is the daughter of Tim and Shiloh Buchanan and resides in South Berwick, Maine. Ava will be attending Messiah University in the fall. Will be pursuing a doctorate in physical therapy and also playing basketball for the Messiah women's basketball program. Ava was also accepted to a number of other outstanding colleges, including Assumption University, Cedarville University, and Worcester Polytechnic Institute. While attending PCA, Ava maintained highest honor status while taking a variety of advanced placement and dual enrollment classes. She served as a student leader and participated in our athletic program. Ava has truly been a model of Christian service and academic excellence at PCA. We are confident that she will continue to thrive in her college years and will impact the world for good. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in a round of applause as we welcome to the stage Miss Ava Buchanan.
Hello, everyone. Recently, I stumbled across my goals essay I wrote for Mr. Foley at the start of freshman year, and let's just say, hopefully this speech is written better than that. So when I sat down to read it, I realized that the things I had once wanted most had become a reality. I realized how far I had come. One of the goals I had set was to be standing up here in front of you all today as the valedictorian. Another was to score 1,000 points on my way to the school all-time scoring record. At the time, the paper just felt like another assignment, something to check off the list. Little did I know, I was writing down the things that would drive my life and focus over the past 4 years. Every PCA freshman has written a paper similar to mine, and I know that many of my peers have worked very hard to achieve their goals as well. Whether the goals they reached are exactly what they wrote down freshman year, or if they grew and changed, there is one thing I do know, and out of the class of 2026, I don't think any of us can say that we did it alone. Before I say anything else, I want to say thank you. Thank you to everyone who came tonight to celebrate the class of 2026, and to everyone who helped carry us through these past 4 years. Thank you to all the teachers who stayed after class to explain things one more time. Thank you to the friends and mentors who stopped what they were doing just to take an extra second to listen. Thank you to the parents and families who drove us everywhere those first few years of high school and who poured so much love into us, encouraging us to chase every dream we wanted to chase. Thank you to the coaches and directors who gave us hours of their lives and their belief in us that we could achieve anything we set our minds to. And above all, thank you to the Lord who guided us and watched over us every step of this journey. Many of you in the crowd may fit into one or more than these roles, and for that, I want to express my gratitude. You have shaped us into the young adults that are sitting here tonight. You have walked us through the uncertainty of starting high school, and it is that same uncertainty that we are walking into as we leave it. None of us could have guessed exactly how we would end up in these seats, and in the same way, none of us can see exactly what the next 4 or 5 years will hold. But just because the future is uncertain does not mean we should not take action to achieve our goals. I am sure many of you, like me, set goals for your high school careers. We didn't know what each new year would hold, but we embraced the uncertainty in each new season. We took what we were given and we made it the best we could. Here is something I have learned. No one wakes up one morning with their whole life figured out. And honestly, if you did, you would miss everything that's worth having. You would skip the part where you become someone who has persevered through hardships and learned from challenges. The discipline you build chasing a goal does not stay behind in high school. It follows you for the rest of your life. In 7th grade, after major hip surgery, I was told I might never walk or run normally again. I was 12, and that news shook me to the core. It shattered everything I had ever known, but I decided it was not going to be the end for me, rather a new beginning. I set goals, I went to work, and tonight I'm standing in front of you as a senior who is about to play college basketball at Messiah University, and as someone who is blessed to run track and cross country for senior year with an amazing team. I did not get there because the road was easy. I got there because it wasn't. Many of us, as athletes, students, musicians, and performers, have set goals throughout our high school careers. Many of these goals would never have been accomplished without consistency, and with that, consistent challenges. Discipline does not come through breezing through the simple things. It comes through pushing through all of it, especially when the way forward is not clear. As Vince Lombardi said, it is easy to have faith in yourself and have discipline when you are a winner, when you are number one. What you've got to have is faith and discipline when you are not yet a winner. What you've got to have is character. Character. And that is the part that sticks with us. Character is built in seasons when nothing is guaranteed or handed to us. Here's a truth I keep coming back to. Everything around us can be uncertain, but God is not. He has a plan for every person here, and if we seek Him with that same consistency that we give to everything else, He will grow us into the people He has made us to be. One more thing to be careful of with this. If you spend your whole life chasing the next thing and then the next thing, you will never be happy because there is always something more to want. Work hard for the goals you set, but do not throw away what you already have to get there. Do not let the chase cost you the people standing next to you. And do not let the stress of working for more steal the life you have already created for yourself right now. Do not be so focused on where you are going that you cannot appreciate where you are at and who you are there with. Your accomplishments and hard work are worth celebrating, but they were never meant to be the whole point. So, class of 2026, as we step into the uncertainty, I urge you to embrace it and grow through it. I would say we definitely all grew when we stepped into the uncertainty of those rafts on the senior trip a few weeks ago. So as you step into your new raft, take into consideration what James 1:2-4 says. Consider it pure joy, my brothers and sisters, whenever you face trials of many kinds, because you know that the testing of your faith produces perseverance. Let perseverance finish its work so that you may be mature and complete, not lacking anything. We are going to get knocked down in life, and trials are coming. That is just part of it. But we have built the resilience and the discipline to get back up when life knocks us down. Set your goals, work hard, and do it all for the glory of God. Colossians 3:23 says, "Whatever you do, work at it for all your heart, as working for the Lord, not for human masters." Carry the understanding that you are enough the way you are, and that you have the capacity to become so much more. Carry the courage to be brave enough to fail, humble enough to learn, and persistent enough to matter. Congratulations, class of 2026, and thank you for memories that will last a lifetime.
Well, as your class advisors, it is a great honor to address the class of 2026 one last time. The time has come. You are graduating. And while Mrs. G and I are incredibly proud of all that you have accomplished, we have to admit that we're seeing it a little hard to see you go. Let there be no mistake. We chose you. As freshmen, Mrs. G recognized your curiosity and your patience, while I recognized your maturity and determination. Together, we would not rest until you were put into our care. So before you leave, we want to make sure you know that we firmly believe that each one of you are in the Imago Dei, created in the image of God. And since we also firmly believe in practicing what we preach, we have a little bit of a surprise for you. We have kept, over the past 4 years, you may recognize it, a creation journal. And we've been keeping track of some of what we've seen in each and every one of you, keeping observations, inferences, questions, and connections, keeping an eye on each and every one of you and what we saw in all of you. Remember, the standard prompts are, I notice, I think it means, I wonder, and it reminds me of, and we think it's only fitting for us to share with you our findings. Mrs. G?
I noticed that Johnny and Chanel's effective moderation of the class of 2026 team's group chat, as well as their ability to remain calm and cheery in the face of absurdity, I think it means they'll be able to navigate group work in a wide array of contexts. I noticed that not only is Will incredible at playing hacky sack, but he's also open to teaching others how to play. I think it means he's saved a lot of grass from being killed by spike ball. I noticed that Eitan always knows where the line is between having fun on task and having too much fun off task. I also noticed he chooses to stay on the right side of that line. I think it means he'll make great choices in finance. I noticed what a joyful and caring role model Katerina is in the halls, the classroom, and the track field. I think it means her legacy will live on in the underclassmen she has blessed. I noticed Gage's Phantom Power Stewardship Project was one of the most detailed and meaningful I've ever seen. I think it means next year's marine science students will need to step up to the high bar he has set. I noticed Zach's random acts of kindness, like teaching me to escape the Minecraft nether and organizing our entire inventory of chemistry glassware. I think it means he will make one person smile each day for the rest of his life. I noticed that Lily and Bianca don't just talk about loving others as themselves, they act on their love for others. I think it means their future friends in college are about to be seriously blessed. I noticed and truly appreciated John and Matthew's willingness to study trees on the far reaches of the phenology field site, even in the dead of winter. I think it means they're ready to roll with life's random requirements. I noticed that Kenzie has learned the art of practicing science, and Chloe has learned the science of performing in the arts. I think it means they'll both flourish at Wheaton. Go Thunder.
I noticed how Isaiah was always ready to ask the hard questions about Christianity in my apologetics class so that he would know how to best defend his faith. I think it means he is going to be backing some atheists into a corner one day. I noticed how Viola latched onto the writings and worldview of C.S. Lewis this fall. I think it means we're going to miss her in the Tolkien course next year. I noticed how Luke can absolutely shred on a fingerboard. I think he's ready to take on the entire world as his own personal skate park, one obstacle at a time. I noticed how Alan came to PCA while hiding his baseball skills. I think it means that the Slim Reaper must be full of surprises and hidden talents. I noticed how AJ has some very strong opinions on history and fantasy. I think it means he's going to be ready to win some debates with his peers in college. I noticed how Jeremiah has a real taste for both deep theological conversations and for Werther's. I think it means that he's going to need to make sure he stops by my classroom sometime again after he graduates.
I wonder if Haley and Aubrey know how grateful I am that they cared enough about sea otters and penguins to be good stewards of the Earth's resources every day in measurable ways. I wonder if Bennett knows how excited I am to use his Minecraft watershed model to challenge future classes to become the next honors marine science crew. I wonder if Kyla will use her knowledge of ATP, hydration, and the muscular system's role in breath support to help her future music students perform at their biological best. I wonder if Ava will get more brain-boosting sleep in college than her dorm mates, since she's learned the discipline and rewards of following the contact hour formula for long-term learning. I wonder if Jason will ever know how blessed I am that he figured out how to 3D print a filter for dark field microscopy, something the sales rep said my microscope could not do. I wonder what new discoveries Lauren will make through her mastery of microscopes and her phenomenal, yet slightly scary dissection skills. I wonder if Jack's superior word dissection skills will earn him a pivotal role with a study buddy group in his pharmacy program. I wonder how on earth Jafari hid his hysterical sense of humor from me for 3.9 years. Dude, I will play fill-in-the-blank games with you any day. Just come on back. I wonder if Kai, Braden, and Andrew will continue with their excellent muscle gain plan. I especially wonder if Andrew will keep eating his vegetables.
I wonder how long it will take for Linny, with her mastery of language, to write a best-selling novel. And I wonder if, when she does, I will be able to get a signed copy. I wonder if anyone at PCA will ever pull off a leprechaun costume as well as Christian did this year. With how fast he runs, if you ever do happen to spot him at the end of a rainbow, I doubt very much you will be able to catch him. That kid is fast. I wonder how much quieter and less interesting the hallways are going to be without Josiah. I doubt I'll ever see anyone drive a flatbed on campus as well as he did. I wonder how long Sophia's legacy will live on at PCA. From the tailgate to the feast and everything in between, I think she has left her mark on our school events for a very long time. I wonder how long it will be before we see someone command the stage, quite like Mason, the king and pharaoh of Egypt. We should all grovel. I wonder how long it will be before someone leads a jam session in my apologetics class, because I think it will be a long time before we see someone rock as hard as Brady did. I wonder if I could ever give Kennedy an objective problem that he would get wrong. After teaching him for 3 classes, I rather doubt it.
The unity within the 45 members of this class reminds me of the many interconnected structures of a maple leaf. For example, Maeve is like a petiole, working tenaciously behind the scenes to ensure we all stay connected to the truth of branch. Hayden and Connor remind me of the network of veins quietly navigating the most efficient routes for moving resources across the leaf. Mia and Marion remind me of the chloroplasts, diligently and humbly spinning sunlight into sweetness that energizes us all. And my dear Hao-Ming and Liam remind me of the mitochondria, coding for ATP long after the sun has gone down.
Mrs. G and I read the stories of leaves in our gardens as they unfold with the seasons. And in that very same way, when we look at each and every one of you, we see a story unfolding. I know that I speak for myself, Mrs. G, and for all the faculty who have had the privilege of teaching you in your time at PCA, to say that it has been a blessing to play a small part in each of your unfolding stories. It is our prayer, as your class advisors, that with God's help you would be like the tree planted by streams of living water, whose leaves do not wither no matter where life may take you. We pray that you would remain firmly rooted, firm through the fiercest drought and storm. And we pray that the story God is writing in your lives would be full of his grace and goodness for all your days. Thank you, class of 2026, for every moment you will be missed.
Wow, you guys are special. So, Mrs. G, Mr. Dunphy, thank you so much. Now is my great honor to introduce our commencement speaker, Dr. Ray Gamble. You can see in your program some of his highlights. I just want to share a little bit more. Dr. Gamble has served for 30 years at Portsmouth Christian Academy, clearly as a history teacher, but more as a mentor, a colleague, and a steady presence in the life of this school. He joined Portsmouth Christian High School, notice not Portsmouth Christian Academy, Portsmouth Christian High School, in 1996 as its first dedicated history teacher, helping lay the foundation for what would become PCA's upper school. Before coming to PCA, he served a career in the Army, serving our nation in times of peace, times of Cold War, and in times of war. But the titles, his achievements, his doctorate, his time at West Point, both as a cadet and as a professor, are only part of the story. I want to share a couple things before he comes up. And if you know Dr. Gamble at all, you know that he is always carrying a book. It's always in his hand. Every opportunity he has at appropriate moments, he'll be reading it. And he always has a thoughtful word ready. Many times over the years, I would stop and ask Dr. Gamble, I said, Dr. Gamble, where are we in history? Not exactly like where are we in our cultural moment, like where are you in like your history classes? Like where are we in World War II or the Cold War or in American history? Some of his favorite ground to cover, his unique courses, and he would always oblige me. And he would tell me where you all were, what questions you were wrestling with, what moment you were studying, and why it mattered. And I think this is the gift of a great history teacher who loves God and loves his discipline. He doesn't simply teach what happened. He helps us all understand and enter the moment. He helps us see people, ideas, choices, courage, failure, consequence, and the providence of God across time. Dr. Gamble's life is also woven into this campus that we sit on today. When Portsmouth Christian High School was meeting in Kittery and praying for a permanent home, it's his wife Sharon, who I think is right over here, who first noticed this property while walking her dogs with a friend. In God's kindness, that ordinary walk became part of the way PCA came to this place. And Sharon joins them today, and their daughters Catherine and Mary are PCA graduates. So this isn't just Dr. Gamble's school by profession, it's part of his family's story. Class of 26, it is fitting that you hear today from a man who helped build the upper school from which you now graduate, and who has spent his life helping students like you understand that the past so they can walk more wisely and faithfully into their future. And I think it's also fitting that you, as you prepare to graduate, you have the opportunity to hear from a man who serves as an excellent example of what it looks like to impact God's world for good. So would you all please join me in welcoming Dr. Ray Gamble to the stage and acknowledge his 30 years of faithful service to PCA.
Mr. Clark, members of the PCA Board of Directors, Mr. Rooney, members of the PCA faculty and staff, members of the class of 2026. Family and friends, welcome to our graduation ceremony. In a few short minutes, the young men and women wearing these gowns and mortarboards will graduate from high school. A question I suspect many of them have asked themselves is, what comes next? By the way, I'm not pretending that that question is in any way unusual. I had the same thoughts in 1975 when my high school graduation meant that I had about a month of freedom before the first class cadets of West Point experienced in no uncertain terms that I represented an unfortunate accident in biology that could best be sent away on a permanent basis as I was getting ready to head off to Beast Barracks. I hope that for our seniors, the next steps inspire less fear and discomfort than my experienced road. Class of 2026, you live in interesting times. Our society is marked by culture wars, with some groups holding very low opinions of those on the other side of the political spectrum. Democrats and Republicans in Washington seem to have lost the art of compromise and cooperation. Christianity is perhaps less welcome across our country than it's been for most of our nation's history. In the U.S., we cannot agree on what programs and pronouns to use for each other. To be sure, this is a sad state of affairs. At the same time, it presents a tremendous opportunity. You can set up the standards for the next generation, first in college or the military, and later in the workforce or home. Class of 2026, you have the tools to succeed in life. You can factor polynomials, conjugate verbs, write lab reports, and write conversations in foreign languages. Some of you can hit a baseball. Some of you can sing on key, which no one will ever accuse me of doing, by the way. And some of you can set up more entertaining videos. You have culture about what the word around you is made of, and you've learned that your relationships with other people will play a huge role in your lives. Most of you will spend the summer here, enjoying friends and the beach, trying to lay out your college graduate a bit before your courses begin to sink away part of your time and energy. So what can I offer you? Well, first and foremost, I hope that college helps to impact your faith. You have the chance to worship in many different styles and faith traditions. I hope that you visit some of the alternate chapels and colleges around your campus. I hope your experience will deepen and ground your faith, letting you make a more informed decision about how and with whom to share your Lord. I hope that you develop a future sense of the distinctives that categorize your faith tradition, and your faith in Christianity deepens as it becomes more informed. I hope that your faith includes a component of service that might be either within or outside your denomination. Those of you who are a bit uncomfortable in dealing with people you don't know may find that it is much less intimidating to teach Christian believers than to share the gospel with those that you don't know at all. In any way, I hope that you continue your spiritual journey with your first joy, career, and opportunity to dig deep. Secondly, I suspect that the church is about the best possible place to meet a prospective spouse. Some of you have already made a decision as to who that might be. I went to high school in 1974 and met a young lady who changed my life. I developed a close relationship with that young woman, who I thought was and still think is wonderful. My enjoyment and marriage helped solidify my personal faith in Christ these past 5 decades. Sharing a common faith with my wife has been a blessing in so many ways, as she has helped me see some of the blind spots that I was digging myself into. Having a shared faith is likely to reduce moral dilemmas within marriage as a couple sees problems in a common lens. Of course, our shared faith, in turn, colored the heritage of our children. Now, two spouses who felt a faith in Christ don't get a guarantee that their children will turn out the way they want. But I do think a genuine and winsome faith from parents is a tremendous gift to our children, and the single most powerful faith in accomplishing their personal decisions of faith. I can't space enough that my marriage partner has been a tremendous faith in my life and has simplified so many of my problems. Third, I'd like to suggest that for many people, religion forms a new meaning when they have children. Those children need moral encouragement. And many young parents, a young student back in Maryland in the 1980s, I asked the teacher, Jim Odell, I was asked by the teacher, Jim Odell, whether I would serve as his co-leader. And I was intimidated. I did not think I was capable. I did not think I was ready. But I decided that if he thought I was ready, I would give it a shot. And so I spent time reading his opinions. Teaching that class deepened my faith enormously. It helped me connect the dots on so many aspects of faith and helped my teaching many other classes in many other churches. I can't tell you how wonderful it felt when I learned my daughter Mary, PCA class of 2004, and her husband Angel were leading a small group of young families in their church in Maryland. I hope all of you find a church where you feel privileged to worship. Part of that, of course, based on church doctrine. Doctrine is important. It keeps church between the lines of orthodoxy and not wandering out to heresy. But doctrine alone doesn't teach us all that we need to know. That depends even more on church practice. Church practice organizes setting, it sees people organize into church groups, and it determines the worship songs for each service. Church practice helps us get organized for church in a way that resembles other worships. Church practice is less about right and wrong and more about providing a flavor that helps us either become comfortable or maybe uncomfortable and needing to move to another church. I hope that each of you is able eventually to find a church where you believe that sound Christian doctrine is taught and that worship style helps you get jazzed about meeting others who are like-minded believers in the name of the Lord. Many of you have to earn a living. Some of you may inherit wealth. Some of you may marry someone who is very wealthy. Some of you may have particular experience in church where you have tremendous success. For most of you, I think, you're going to need to stay employed in order to meet your financial obligations. I hope you find a line of work that enables you to earn a living. My brother-in-law worked in John Hancock. He found very little reward in laying out fiscal oversight for investment portfolios. His work meant that he could pay the mortgage and feed his kids, and sadly, it meant very little bit more than that. I've had the privilege of teaching the U.S. Army and later Portsmouth Christian Academy. I've never had to worry if the Lord approved my programs. And I've had the privilege of working with some fine men and women. Here at PCA, I still miss John Timon, John Bonneville, Susan Platica, and Bev Chevenel, among other wonderful colleagues. I'll be a poorer man next year because I won't have the time to see Steve Foley and Pete Beal and others on a daily basis. I will never achieve wealth in a grand scale, but the Lord has provided everything that my family has ever needed, and I have had pleasure in watching great young men and women come closer to God. We did have a student once who cheered for the New York Yankees, but fortunately, after 4 years, he left. You're going to run into some experiences that you haven't planned for in life. One morning, I was planning to teach a class, and a large person walked into my room dressed in what appeared to be a rabbit costume. Or maybe it was a chicken, I'm not really sure. This was in the middle of my American history lesson, but the school secretary, a normally sensible woman named Deb White, indicated that the visitor hung by a student's parents should be given opportunity to complete his lesson. I walked out in the hallway where I spent a brief but spirited debate about whether or not I should come back to PCA the next day. I have still had the occasional nightmare about terrorists dressed in various animal costumes. Several years later, at the beginning of the fall of 2001, I saw televisions being put out in the hallway outside my classroom. I initially thought this was another one of those family-based interruptions, and I stepped out into the hall to find out what was going on. And I very quickly realized that this was a very different situation. We had film of reported military positions attacking tall Air Force buildings in New York City, using Air Fort as giant battering rams. Shortly thereafter, we learned that one of the parents of one of our students, a pilot, was killed in his cockpit. And later we learned another student who had joined our school after his mother had been killed, working in one of those New York towers. No in the history of our school has ever appointed that gravitas on that day. I was proud of the way our school handled the aftermath of that bombing. I am also grateful PCA never had to face another day of the similar level of violence. You'll have your own significant emotional events. I don't know what they'll be, but I know that the odds are very, very high that something will threaten your world. I hope your challenges are not destructive. I hope that you find ways to how to plug them into God's will as best you can. I hope you are committed to figure out what your ability will reach, and that you can hope events and students just become a little bit more capable of meeting the Lord. If necessary, I hope that you have the courage to speak up when friends or family are not saying things rightly. In one of a dozen plus churches where I was a member, the pastor endured a particular candidate for local office and shared with the congregation that that candidate was a member of a particular political party. When I heard about that, I concluded that those remarks sprained the boundary of permitted speech from someone who was a leader of a tax-exempt station. That week, I wrote a letter to the pastor, sharing my view that his experiences perhaps skirted the limits of the law. I was worried that the event would destroy my relationship with the church, a church that I thought a great deal of. Instead, the pastor did some research and then emailed me telling me that he thought my conclusion was valid. The following Sunday, he implemented to the entire congregation, openly admitting his error and sharing his determination never to have a similar remark. I was certainly relieved that he had agreed with me and that we had seen the law in a like fashion. So, what advice do I have to share with you now as you think about a profession? I'm reluctant to think that I might know what road you ought to follow. I am sure, based on your academic track records, that Chloe Tan and Kennedy Rancoon can succeed as students of history. However, I suspect that Chloe might also do very well in stage or musical performance, and I think that Kennedy might well excel in some variant of engineering. Many of you have potential to perform very well in different fields. I hope that you talk with those whose faith you admire. If you think you're getting called in a particular endeavor, take a look at those who are moving in that direction. I have known several people who had a compassion to write, but really lacked the skills of written expression. Some of those people remain deluded throughout their entire undergraduate years. Not everybody gets a truth bomb. The graduate world was, shall we say, less inclined to be kind and gentle. I've often been sad that my dream of playing for the Boston Celtics has faded away. I worked hard to train, and people laughed at me. And I suspect that accepting that laughter made their lives and my life a lot easier. I hope that you get a chance to look into salaries in which you might have interest and make sure that those earning levels will support the family size that you hope for. Consider also where you may want to live. For some of you, that's very close to your family. For some other folks, salary at Jacksonville, Alabama goes a lot further than the same salary does in New York City or even the Seacoast region of New Hampshire. I want to suggest that you at least consider a tour with the military. That could be Army, Marines, Air Force, Navy, or Coast Guard. Anybody notice a priority there? The armed services will give you training in a particular career field and further initial expertise in a prolific container. You may have an interest in a particular type of job, either confirmed or possibly ruled out. If it's the latter, you've saved a whole bunch of time and money and energy that you won't be wasting. At the very least, you should have funding for future training. You'll also have several benefits. Most of you will likely get in better shape. Many of you will likely have a chance to work as part of a team, and many of you will develop greater self-confidence. PCA has a large number of graduates who have become military veterans, some of whom serving overseas and some in a combat zone. Look into programs such as ROTC, as well as enlisted services. The stronger your education skills, the greater the likelihood that Uncle Sugar will pay a portion of your college tuition. The military is not for everyone, but at the same time, it can benefit a broad share of young adult population. And that includes, for many people, a military tuition for life or something that may last only one career. There's no way that I could have afforded to teach at PCA without the benefit of a retirement check that I earned while serving on the U.S. Army. A military record will help trade you in good stead, increase your confidence, and broader schooling and better research. Class of 2026, I congratulate you on completing your education at PCA. For some of you, that's been the last year of your life. For others, it's been 4 years. Some, it's even 12 or longer. You have education and social skills that have prepared you for the next big steps in life. For some of you, faith is an ingrained part of your lives. I admire those who built foundation in from the very beginning. But I want to encourage others that your faith walk isn't hopeless just because you didn't start at a very early age. For most of you, the next big experience will involve college. For some, it may mean the essay for others, the military, for others, potentially the workforce. You can count that throughout the process, the Lord will watch over you, however you go, and He will hear your prayers.
Ready?
Ready.
Are you ready? Okay, Mr. Clark. Oh, this is my prompt. Where's my script? There we go. I found it. There we go. Now I'm ready. Will the candidates for graduation please rise? There we go. Mr. Clark, the students standing before you receiving diplomas today have completed the prescribed course of study at Portsmouth Christian Academy. The faculty has certified them as having met the standards required to receive their high school diploma.
By the authority of the state of New Hampshire, vested in the Board of Directors of Portsmouth Christian Academy, and in honor of our risen Lord, I hereby convey upon you who have completed the requirements the high school graduation diploma with all the appropriate rights, privileges, and responsibilities, and I welcome you into the Alumni Association of Portsmouth Christian Academy. You may now flip your tassels from the right to the left side of your mortarboard to indicate that you have graduated from high school. Congratulations.
As I read the name of each graduate, I ask that you step up to the platform. Mr. Heckelman will hand you your diploma, and the faculty will congratulate you.
Mia.
Isaiah Boston Airy, diploma, academic honors, and service as a student leader. Isaiah will be attending Worcester Polytech Institute. Mia Grace Airy, highest academic honors. Mia will be attending the University of New Hampshire. Christian Daniel Barnes, service as student leader. Christian will be attending Samford University. Maeve Annabelle Bowden, highest academic honors, seal of biliteracy, and service as a student leader. Maeve will be attending Southeastern University. Hayden Brown Kerwin. Hayden is taking a gap year. Ava Lynn Buchanan, class of 2026 valedictorian, diploma of distinction, highest academic honors, seal of biliteracy, and service as a student leader. Ava will be attending Messiah University. Kyla Rose Collins, fine arts diploma, academic honors, seal of biliteracy, and service as a student leader. Kyla will be attending Susquehanna University. Jeremiah Samuel Conant, fine arts diploma and service as student leader. Jeremiah will be attending Messiah University. Zachary Sean Cook. Zachary will be attending Great Bay Community College.
Congratulations.
Lily Soleil Druge. Lily will be attending St. Anselm College.
Congratulations, Lily. So proud of you. Well done.
Andrew Clark Earwood. Andrew will be attending Liberty University.
Congratulations. So proud of you. You've grown so much.
Viola Esme Fillion. Aubrey Marie Gagne. Aubrey will be attending Bridgewater State University.
Congratulations.
Chanel Mindy Gray. Service as a student leader. Chanel will be attending Southern Maine Community College. Gage Harris Hamlet. Fine Arts Diploma, Academic Honors, and Service as a Student Leader. Gage will be attending Belmont University. Brady Nicholas Holt. Brady will be attending Cedarville University. Jason Edward Hornbeck. Fine Arts Diploma and highest academic honors. Jason will be attending Grove City College. Katarina Ann Hutt. Diploma of Distinction, highest academic honors, seal of biliteracy, and service as a student leader. Katarina will be attending Liberty University.
Can we go back one to Will?
Is he here?
He's right here. He went early. Yeah.
Okay. And now we have William Archer Hutchinson. William will be entering the workforce. We'll do it again. So, this is Katarina N. Hutt. Diploma of Distinction, highest academic honors, seal of biliteracy, and service as student leader. Katarina will be attending Liberty University. Andrew William James, service as a student leader. Andrew will be attending Cedarville University. Jonathan Abraham Larson, service as a student leader. Jonathan is taking a gap year. Braden Todd Leland, STEM diploma, highest academic honors, and service as a student leader. Braden will be attending Liberty University. Josiah Joseph Ludwig. Josiah is entering the workforce. Connor Jacob Linsky, STEM diploma and academic honors. Connor is attending Worcester Polytech Institute. Liam Aaron McDougall, STEM diploma. Liam is attending the University of New Hampshire. Matthew William Markert. Matthew is attending New Hampshire School of Mechanical Trades. Alan Robert McGuire IV. Alan is taking a gap year.
Well done.
Bennett Ernest Money, academic honors. Bennett is attending High Point University. Luke Christian Sylvester Mullins. Service as a student leader, Luke is taking a gap year. Iceland Grace Namdalurtana. Fine Arts Diploma, highest academic honors, seal of biliteracy, and service as a student leader. Iceland is attending Gordon College. Jafari Ogembo. Jafari is attending the University of New Hampshire. John Joseph O'Halloran. John will be attending Massachusetts College of Pharmacy and Health Sciences. John Daniel Ponchak. John will be attending Regis College. Kennedy Renkung, class of 2026 salutatorian, STEM diploma, and highest academic honors. Kennedy will be attending Rensselaer Polytech Institute. Mason Kyle Rotes, Fine Arts Diploma and Academic Honors. Mason will be attending the United States Merchant Marine Academy. Marion Elizabeth Spur, service as a student leader. Marion will be attending the University of New Hampshire. Malachi John Summers, academic honors and service as a student leader. Malachi will be attending Asbury University. Andrew Yu Tan. Andrew will be attending the University of New Hampshire. Chloe Ruth Tan, Fine Arts Diploma, highest academic honors, and service as a student leader. Chloe will be attending Wheaton College. Lauren Amelia Holly Westlake, Diploma of Distinction, Academic Honors, Seal of Biliteracy, and Service as a Student Leader. Lauren will be attending Gordon College. Bianca Elizabeth Weibowo, Diploma of Distinction and highest academic honors. Bianca will be attending Baylor University. Haley Marie Woods. Haley will be attending St. Anselm College. Sophia Nicole Workman, STEM diploma and service as a student leader. Sophia will be attending George Washington University. Hao Ming Zhu, STEM diploma. Hao Ming will be attending New York University.
First off, where's Bianca at? Sick 'em Bears. Let's go. Each of you share an alma mater with myself. In 4 years, Bianca, we will share 2. Congratulations. Good evening, everyone. Good evening, class of 2026. Congratulations on your hard work and your achievements. My name is Josh Riccone, and 10 years ago, I was one of you. I walked across this stage, and now I have the privilege and honor to serve as the president of PCA's Alumni Council. On behalf of our entire alumni family, let me start by saying congratulations. Tonight, you have become graduates of Portsmouth Christian Academy, and that is not an accomplishment to be taken lightly. You've survived finals and AP exams. You've survived long road trips on tiny buses to games at schools that most people don't know exist. If you're a theater kid, you survived several tech weeks. If you're not a theater kid, you survived several weeks of hearing your friends complain about tech weeks. You all survived Mr. Beale's class. That's something I'm still complaining about to this day. But despite these hard challenges, you did it. Tonight, we celebrate your achievements and the closing of this chapter of your lives. But we also celebrate you stepping into the next chapter as an alumni. As you leave PCA, you're not 1,200 alumni who've been sent from this place into colleges, workplaces, churches, homes, military service, ministries, and communities all around the world. PCA's vision is to send Christ-centered graduates into the world to impact it for good. Tonight, you join the rest of the alumni community in that vision. As you depart from PCA, we as alums want you to know that you are not living out that vision alone. The PCA Council, Alumni Council, exists to encourage you, pray for you, and celebrate what God does in your life. We exist to help you stay connected to one another, to this school, and to the larger PCA family of graduates who have gone before you. Tonight, as we welcome the entire class of 2026 into the PCA alumni community, I'm also honored to acknowledge PCA's 1,200th graduate. You may ask, why am I acknowledging PCA's 1,200th graduate? Well, PCA is a small school. It's something that students and their families benefit from because of the personal nature of relationships that a small school affords. It also means that our graduate numbers grow in smaller increments than a larger school. So we love to take the opportunity at graduation to acknowledge every 50th graduate and to welcome this graduate and each of our graduates to their new title of PCA alum. So at this time, I'd like to welcome the 1,200th graduate to the stage, Christian Barnes. Thank you very much. No, stay up here for a second. Neither of us have ever done this before. Christian is the son of Dan and Nancy Barnes of Portsmouth, New Hampshire. Christian will be attending Samford University in the fall and will pursue a degree in finance. During his time at PCA, Christian has served as a spiritual life prefect, participated in missions club, and was an exemplary member of the cross-country and track teams, competing at the New England level. Christian has truly been an exemplary student, and we trust that he will go out and impact the world for good. Christian, you and your fellow graduates have been equipped with academic tools to succeed in your postgraduate plans. What's special about a PCA diploma is that it's also a symbol that you've been equipped with biblical teaching and Christ-like character development that, when added to your academic acumen, makes you more than ready to be a game changer in this world. So congratulations, class of 2026. We are praying for you, we are excited for you, and we are so proud of you. May you walk with courage, may you love what is true, may you serve with humility, may you remember who you are and whose you are, and may your lives bear faithful fruit for the glory of God and the good of the world. And most importantly, as a very wise man once said, would you go forth and do great and wonderful things. Welcome to the PCA alumni family. Thank you very much. At this point in our ceremony, the seniors will take an opportunity to recognize the families who've supported them in their journey to this important day. The academic journey would not be possible without love and support that is given in ways too numerous to outline here. Families, please accept this rose from your graduate as a symbol of their gratitude for all you've done and continue to do. Thank you.
I would now like to invite the class representatives of the class of 2026, Chanel Gray and Jonathan Larson, to the stage for the presentation of the senior class gift. If one of you wants to grab the cup, you can.
As class representatives of class of 2026, it is our great honor to present our class gift as a demonstration of our gratitude to PCA. This year, the Unity Prefects launched the year-long Class Cup, which helped foster student engagement and community at the upper school.
To help make this a lasting school tradition, it is our joy to gift the Class Cup trophy to the upper school. We are also happy to donate any remaining class funds to variable tuition so future students can have the opportunity to attend PCA. We hope these gifts will be a blessing to the school community. Thank you.
May the road rise up to meet you. May the wind be always at your back. May the sun shine warm upon your face. The rain fall soft on your field. And in case we should happen to meet again, until the day when we meet again, may this world that surrounds us, may this world that surrounds us keep you warm, keep you safe in God's care, until we meet again, yes, until we meet
Thank you, voices. At this time, I would like to invite Mr. Mike Rooney and Dr. Carrie Abood to the stage for a special acknowledgement.
Good evening, everyone. Although today is about honoring and blessing the class of 2026 as they leave PCA, we would be remiss if we did not do the same for another distinguished member of our faculty, in addition to Dr. Gamble. As Mrs. Ruth Brown completes her 33rd and final year as a kindergarten teacher at PCA, it is fitting for us to acknowledge her service and how the Lord has worked through her to impact the lives of nearly 1,000 students as they have come through her classroom. Mrs. Brown has helped shape generations of students, supported countless parents, mentored fellow teachers, and helped cultivate the heart and culture of PCA. She has served with excellence, humility, and deep love for the Lord and His people. Her legacy will continue to bear fruit in our school community for years to come, and though we are sad to see her go, we are grateful for her faithful service and trust the Lord will go before her. To the class of 2026, just as you can look at Dr. Gamble as an example of what it looks like to walk faithfully with the Lord and impact the world for good, you can certainly do the same with Mrs. Brown. Mrs. Brown, thank you for setting an example of what it looks like to impact the world for good. We love you, and we pray that the Lord will bless you abundantly. As she comes to the stage for the benediction, please join me in a round of applause in acknowledgement of Mrs. Ruth Brown.
May the Lord bless these graduates as they step into a new season of life. May they walk in wisdom, lead with compassion, and remain steadfast in faith, knowing that God goes before them and walks beside them each day. As it says in Jeremiah 29:11, "For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future." May you go forth with courage, humility, joy, shining the light of Jesus Christ wherever you are called. And may the grace of our Lord Jesus Christ, the love of God, and the fellowship of the Holy Spirit be with you all, now and always. Amen.
Ladies and gentlemen, we would ask that you remain seated until the graduates have recessed and thrown their caps. Thank you.
they're gonna do it. And then we're gonna clean up. So guys, first priority is instruments away, and then you need to music away. Look at who's collecting stuff and nicely handed. Don't throw it. Okay. Guys, clothespins. There's bins. Stands go away. You can start hand carrying some stands. If you have nothing else to do, percussion all.
Bless you as you go.
Middle schoolers, once your music is away and your pins are away,